Hey mamas, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is AY. Welcome. For today's video, I am going to be sharing with you guys how I teach my toddler. So say you have a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old and you're confused as to what activities to engage them in. I will be sharing the things that I used in teaching my toddler. So she's 2 years old now, and so the activities that we do right about now is a little more advanced with what I'm sharing with you guys today. So I guess the purpose of this video is just to give you guys like a guide as to how to engage your toddler or the things that he or she can be learning once they turn 1. So if you're interested in knowing how to engage your toddler and learning the different kinds of activities that you need to engage them in, stick around. So the first thing you want to do is read to your toddler. I cannot stress how important this is. You have to read to your kid. It helps broaden their vocabulary. It sets them up for academic excellence. So say you have an infant, you should start reading from when your child is a baby so they get used to books. So it doesn't feel like it's a chore for them. It feels like, oh, it's just very natural. Like my daughter, she likes to read. We read an array of books. I would say read about 1 to 3 books a day, and you don't need to spend the whole day reading to them. 15 minutes a day is okay. To even do any activities that you want to do, 15 minutes is enough to just dedicate and just do like structured play with your kids. You don't need to spend the whole day doing activities. You can let them do their free play during the day, and then maybe just before bedtime you dedicate like 15 minutes or 20 minutes reading books and doing a few activities here and there. And another thing that I used in teaching my child is flashcards. There's a little controversy concerning flashcards. You shouldn't be using flashcards with a child or a toddler who is less than 3 years old. Quite frankly, I don't see the harm in that. If your child is willing to learn, if your child is showing that interest in learning, why should you hinder them? I don't believe in that. My child likes to learn, and so I engage her in activities that she likes. It's not like it's forced or anything. It's just something that she enjoys doing. So if you're bent on teaching your kids or your child the alphabet, I would say get flashcards like this. So we have 2. So I have this for the uppercase alphabet, and then I have this for the letter sound. This is like the most effective way to teach your child the alphabet. So what you want to do is just put them in front of you, and then you're flashing the cards really fast in front of them. Children, they absorb things very fast. So you don't need to go slowly like A, B, no. What you want to do is go really fast. A, C, like that, D, E, and like that. You don't have to do this throughout the day. You can just do this once a day. So the letter sounds, this is actually very good because it will come in handy for when they're ready to read. So you do the same thing. A, B, K. So you can get different types of flashcards. You can get for the alphabet, you can get for shapes, you can get for numbers, you can get for colors. And for money, we only got the alphabet sounds done. That's because I had this box of cards that had like different shapes, different colors, and I didn't need to get the flashcards for that. And we also have different books that reinforce all these things that we're learning. This box of block that I got her, so this too reinforces the alphabet. So I'm just gonna show you guys what it looks like. So she's not only stacking the blocks, she's also still learning the alphabet. So I don't just limit her to like a particular type of toy. She has a variety of different activities of toys that reinforce the same thing, if I'm making sense. So she has the flashcards, she has this one, she has some books about letters as well. So you want to do that because children get really bored if they do the same activity, play with the same toy over and over again. So you want to make sure that you have like a variety of different toys that can keep them still learning, reinforcing what you're teaching them. So for numbers, we had this book. This was the book I used in teaching her numbers. So this is what it looks like when you open it. And it also has like counting, so it has this section, and this will enable you to teach your child how to count as well when they're ready for it. So right now Moni knows how to count. She's 2 years old and she knows how to count. So she has a lot of counting toys or tools or activities that I bought her. But this is like the primary one that I got her. This is the first one I got her. So this is what I use in teaching her the numbers and how to count. The flap, first 100 words. This is what I used as well in teaching her different words. So when I open the book, you have like different objects and different items. So I just point to them and then I just tell her what they are. As well as they have like different categories. They have like farm animals, they have wild animals, they have foods, they have different things. So I just point and I tell her, oh, this is a rhino, this is a polar bear, this is a snake, this is a snake, this is a lion. So this is how I use this book to teach her different words. So another activity that we do is puzzles. Moni loves puzzles. She loves puzzles I have not seen. She loves to think. She loves anything that has to do with her, thinking. So anything that involves her thinking, just sign her up. She's doing it. So this was like her first puzzle. This is actually very ideal for a 1-year-old. If your child is 1, and this is very ideal because it has like this big knob that they can hold. So this helps with fine motor skills as well as logic reasoning. So what they're doing is matching this puzzle piece with the corresponding cutout here. So they just try to fix them. It's not as easy as it looks. Trust me, it's not as easy as it looks for them. But guess what? Once they get the hang of it, it's great. Like it's wonderful for them. Going back to what I said earlier is, teaching them different. Okay, so now like in her book, we have a section of farm animals, and here with this puzzle we have farm animals as well. So you're reinforcing what you're teaching her. So it's not just one toy. Oh, she has this book for farm animals, I don't need to get her another toy that reinforces the same thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's constantly relieving what you're teaching her. So this is one of her puzzles, one of the first puzzles that I got her. And this is another puzzle that I got her. This is how she learned her shapes and her colors. So this is another puzzle that I got her. So this was a little more challenging than the previous two that I just showed you, but it's no longer challenging to her. Obviously, she's gone past the stage. So the knobs are a little smaller and it's a little more advanced than the other two. So before she turned 2, I think she was about 18-20 months when I got her this puzzle. So but right now she's 2.5, so she's gone past that stage. Also, what you want to do is get them engaged in hands-on activities like sorting. I got her a few pom-poms. So I got her some pom-poms. Like what she does is sort the colors. So there are different colors, and so I got her like this, and then an ice tray. So she just puts like different groups of colors in the ice tray. So there's a section for red, there's a section for blue, there's a section for white, and then she just puts them. And also you can have them fit the pom-poms in this. Yeah, I know this button is jacked up. So you can have them fit the pom-poms in here. This helps with fine motor skills. So these are the things that I did with my daughter when she was a bit younger. So right now we've moved on to even more advanced activities that she's thriving really well and she's doing really well. So these things that I shared with you are kind of like structured play. So throughout the day she's engaging in free play with her open-ended toys like blocks, her dolls, her teacup set, plush toys. She's just running around and playing by herself. So I would say to you guys that 15 minutes a day isn't too much. If you can dedicate 15 minutes a day to just do like these different activities with your child, it is enough. If you can go 20 minutes, if you can go 30 minutes, great, even better. I do like an hour with my daughter, and that's because she doesn't want to stop. Like she just wants to keep going. I have to stop her because I get tired. But I get tired 1 hour of sitting down and teaching the toddler and playing. I mean, it gets tiring for me. It gets tiring for me sometimes. Sometimes because I have a 9-month-old and he's always at home with me, and when she goes to school and she comes back, she knows the time for activities, and she's like, activities. Once Buffet goes to bed, and that's my son, once I put him to bed and I get out of the room, she's right there. She's like, activities, books, activities, book. So I have to go do some activities with her just before she goes to bed, and sometimes she wants to go past 1 hour, and I'm like, no, Moni, we've done 1 hour, we can continue tomorrow. So So yeah, 15 minutes a day isn't too much. If you can dedicate 15 minutes, at least 15 minutes a day with your child, it'll be very good and it'll be very helpful to them. So these are the activities that I did with my daughter, and I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye.